You're going to say, why the heck is this dip belt important? Well, you're really going to struggle if you're going to use dumbbells between your legs as you go up for 1 rep max. Because as you get stronger, when you go over to 100 pounds or a 100-pound dumbbell, you're not going to jump up to the bar, and it's going to be very difficult to hold that between your legs. And also, it's not a great predictor of doing multiple reps to predict your 1 rep max weight. And as someone who trains cardio very often, I can do higher percentages, a lot more reps compared to someone who just trains pure strength. And a great thing about the dip belt is it actually can use a different amount of weights. So you could use a kettlebell, metal plates, or a rubber plates, depending on how heavy you want to go or what is available to you as well. But does this dip belt actually fit you? It is a one size fits all because of the fact you don't have to have a strap in like a normal belt does. It just holds the weight between your legs. The only concern I would have is the 300-pound capacity. If you are able to lift over 300 pounds, then yeah, you are insane. So you should go for a higher quality build. But for us mortals, you're going to be not worried about that 300-pound capacity. And a nice thing about buying this dip belt, it's not going to break your bank. So it's going to cost you $29.99. And comparative to Rogue, where you're just going to get the same exact thing, it's going to cost you $55. But there is a nice thing on Rogue, if you already do have a leather belt, is you can buy the attachment. That only costs you $30. So that is another option there as well. And it's still cheaper than Reps, being $39.99. But it's probably made in the exact same warehouse. Just from looking at the build quality, there isn't really a concern. But you could probably upgrade that chain if you are worried about the capacity of the chain. Do you need a certain weights, and how do you actually attach these weights to the dip belt? Well, you can use rubber, and you could use metal, or you could use kettlebells. It's just depending on how heavy you want to go so that you have the most amount of space. Because if you're just going to use rubber, you're going to look like a dumb penguin waddling to the pull-up bar and trying to step up on the box. So don't want to do that. So having metal plates or kettlebell is going to be much easier for those heavier weights. So the way that you can attach this between your legs, all you're going to do is put the little carabiner through the hole of a kettlebell or a weight plate and just attach it to the other side. But it's pretty stable in that position as well. There is no reason to overspend on this product because it's not something that's gonna make or break your garage gym. If I was gonna rebuy this dip belt, would I spend more money? I wouldn't even spend more than $30 like I did because there is no difference in the way that you attach the weights. And I don't feel like the chains are ever gonna break with the weights that I've used. I've gone up to 100 pounds. There is no concern there. And I think most of the dip belts are going to be the same way as this dip belt is and probably made in the same exact factory. The only way I would actually go pay more money is if I am looking to go buy American made. That's why I would go buy Rogues, but past that, I wouldn't pay any more than I did.
There are other ways that the dip belt can be used. Instead of paying anywhere from $300 to $2,500 for a belt squat, you could use a dip belt to create your own with a few extra pieces that are required. Because I only had one wood plow box, I had to create a stack of rubber plates to match the height of the box at 20 inches. If you do have two boxes, you can go much higher, allowing more room for the weights to go down as you squat or do banded marches. You can either use a band or weights depending on how you are looking to train the squat, increasing or constant tension. I would recommend for weights using kettlebells instead of rubber plates just to give you more room to squat as you go down. If using a band, I would recommend using a protective layer between the chain and the band to help prevent the band from tearing. I used a sweatshirt that I was wearing that day, really something I didn't care about. This is more beneficial versus the belt squats that attach the rack, as you are able to keep the weight vertical, with the other budget options have to rotate around a singular point. Thus, this option directly copies a true belt squat that's going to cost you $2,500 with shipping, like from Rogue.
With being able to use weight plates or bumper plates, make sure you have adequate storage. So you just need to make sure you check out this video so you can clean up your storage and use this budget option.